The year is 1518. The sun rises over Strasbourg. It lights up the timber-framed houses. This is a busy city in the Holy Roman Empire. Strasbourg is a place of trade and faith. Life here mixes business and religion. The smell of baking bread fills the air. Merchants sell their goods. Children's laughter echoes in the streets. The city wakes up to another day. It's a lively scene, but fate has a different plan. The air, though promising a new day, has hidden tension. Times are tough. Poor harvests bring hunger and hardship. Disease is always a threat. Fear and uncertainty fill the people's hearts. They are ready for what is about to happen. In a simple home among narrow alleys, a woman wakes up. Her name is Frau Trophea. She feels a strange urge she can't explain. She leaves her house and starts to move, to sway, to dance. Her movements are jerky and uncontrolled, not smooth and happy. There is something intense and desperate in her dance. People stop and watch, their amusement quickly turning to unease. Frau Trophea keeps dancing, unaware of the crowd around her. She dances all day and into the night, as if possessed by an unknown force. People start whispering, what is wrong with her? Is it a curse, a possession, or something else? The answers, like the cure for Frau Trophea's condition, are unknown. The only sure thing is that the dance has started and its rhythm will soon spread through the city. Strasbourg is about to become part of a medical mystery. As days turn into nights, Frau Trophea's solo dance becomes a show. A crowd gathers to watch, curious and scared. Then something stranger happens. Others join her. One by one, then in pairs and groups, people feel the urge to dance. They twitch and shake, lost in their own world. Their faces show effort, their bodies tired, but they keep dancing. The streets of Strasbourg turn into a stage for a strange dance. The music is their feet hitting the cobblestones. The audience is the scared and confused people. Fear grips the city. The authorities are puzzled. Doctors examine the dancers, but they are stumped. Is it a plague, a curse, madness? No one knows. Many theories emerge, each stranger than the last. Some say it's hot blood, others blame demons. Some look to the stars for answers. The city leaders, desperate for a fix, try many remedies. They hire musicians to play lively tunes, hoping to chase away the strange illness. They even build a wooden stage, a grim platform for the involuntary dance. Some think encouraging the dance will cure the afflicted, but the plague only gets worse. The dance goes on, day and night. What started as a strange event has become a crisis. Strasbourg, once a lively city of trade and culture, is now trapped by an unseen force. The dance, once joyful, is now a symbol of fear and despair. Centuries later, the dancing plague of 1518 still puzzles us. It shows the power of the unknown. Today we use science to find answers in psychology and sociology, trying to solve this mystery. One idea is mass psychogenic illness. This is when shared beliefs and anxieties cause physical symptoms. Think of a pressure cooker of stress, famine, disease, religious fervor, leading to a collective breakdown. Another idea is ergotism, a fungal poisoning from rye bread. Could the food they ate have caused hallucinations and convulsions? This idea is chilling. Were the dancers just victims of nature? We still don't know. Maybe the truth is a mix of social and biological factors with scary results. It reminds us that even today the human mind can be affected by forces we don't fully understand. Think about the setting. Frau Trophea and the people of Strasbourg lived in a very different world. Superstition was everywhere. Religion wasn't just about faith, it influenced every part of life. People were genuinely afraid of divine punishment. Combine this with the real threats of disease, famine, and social unrest, and you get mass hysteria. The dancing plague might have been a physical reaction to extreme stress. Ergotism fits into this story too. The ergot fungus grows in damp conditions and often infects rye, a common grain back then. Its effects, convulsions, hallucinations, even gangrene, are similar to the symptoms of the dancing plague. Maybe a bad batch of bread, poisoned with ergot, pushed an already scared and anxious community into a frenzy of uncontrollable dancing. The dancing plague might seem like a strange event. It's like a ghost story from long ago. But this strange event echoes through history. Rare cases of mass hysteria still happen today. From Victorian schoolgirls fainting to modern factory workers twitching and shouting, these events show how the mind can affect the body. These events often happen during stressful times. They show the link between our minds and society. The line between personal experience and group delusion can be very thin. The dancing plague of 1518 wasn't just a crazy dance, it was a deadly dance. As the weeks passed, exhaustion and dehydration took over. Writers of the time talk about dancers collapsing, their bodies worn out, their hearts stopping. The exact number of deaths is unknown, but some say hundreds died in this scary epidemic. The city of Strasbourg, already suffering from hunger and disease, now faced a new, strange terror. The sight of those dancers, stuck in uncontrollable movement, their faces showing pain and joy, reminds us how fragile life is. It shows the thin line between sanity and madness, control and chaos, life and death that defines our lives. The dancing plague, though fading with time, has left its mark on Strasbourg. The city, once known for this strange event, has dealt with its legacy for centuries. The event is not just a historical note, it is part of the city's identity. Even today, traces of the plague remain in the city's memory. Artists, writers, and musicians find inspiration in its story. The dancing plague reminds us of the power of the past. It makes us think about the darker sides of human nature and the mysteries of the mind. The dancing plague of 1518 might seem like an old story. It was a time when people believed in superstitions and lacked knowledge, but it shows us our own worries. Today, with all our stress and uncertainty, the plague reminds us how powerful our minds are over our bodies. Even with all our scientific and medical progress, we can still be affected like the dancers in Strasbourg. The dancing plague makes us think about how easily we can fall into mass hysteria and question what keeps us sane. It urges us to think about how social and cultural factors, especially during crises, can change our behavior and how we see reality. The plague, in its strange way, warns us about the power of fear, belief, and our need to explain the unknown. The dancing plague of 1518 is still a mystery. It's a mix of history and medical puzzles. We might never know why the people of Strasbourg danced until they dropped. Was it ergot poisoning, mass hysteria, or a mix of social and environmental issues? The answer might be hidden in the mystery itself. The dancing plague shows us the limits of what we know, and reminds us that some mysteries may never be solved. In that mystery we find a deep truth about being human, our constant search to understand the unknown, and our endless fascination with the shadows at the edge of our knowledge.